So there's a major problem with the 2023's electronics. Not that it's major as in you're going to get stuck somewhere, I don't think. But it's happened many times because I tend to leave my door open. And I found this out when I was camping a lot because I'd leave the door open because I was repeatedly getting stuff out of the truck or whatever, and it didn't hurt anything. There were no bugs. Thankfully, there were no bugs at the time. Or not very many bugs. And, instead of leaving the windows down, I just was leaving the driver door open. Turns out that your trip meter, trip 1 and 2, will reset. Obviously, I've burned 3/4 of a tank, and it only shows I've gone 13 miles. So this thing reset, and I did it basically on command. I left the door open on purpose to confirm that it was how it happened. There's something, and I assume it's like an emergency, power draw preventing situation, or if you leave the door open, you're going to leave on your interior and your body control module and all that stuff. And I'm assuming it says, hey, wait a minute, the door circuit isn't showing closed. We're going to assume that the door circuit has failed, or the door secured circuit has failed, and therefore we're going to master power down the truck. I'm assuming that that's what this is. I didn't know that was the cause until I posted on the 2023 Superduty group. And I said, hey, has anybody else had trouble with their trips 1 and 2 resetting? Which is weird. And when I first got the truck, trip 2 wasn't enabled because you could choose to turn on or off if you want to. And the first couple times it happened, it actually killed off the trip 2 entirely. I had to go and re-enable it. I'm assuming it reverts back to an original, whatever status it had last. And because there wasn't maybe enough key cycles that trip 2 was on, it was reverting back to trip 2 off. Now, I don't know that for sure. I'm just trying to think out loud here. I do have a working knowledge of how these systems work. However, I'm not in any way a skilled electrical programmer or anything like that. That is one area of my life that I wholeheartedly lack on. And I know a lot of people are extremely techie when it comes to computer systems and having different modules and understanding how the wiring between the modules where they communicate. Wiring is not my forte. I like mechanical systems, never been a big wiring, never had a whole lot of interest in wiring. So, if any of you are techs and want to comment how we can fix this, and if anybody happens to be watching this from Ford, this is happening to a lot of 2023 trucks. When I posted on there, there were, a half dozen comments right away. Yeah, my truck does that. And I'm assuming that they all have the potential to do it. It's just that people don't always leave the doors open for a long period of time. I live in a rural environment, and, it's not that big a deal. And I was also camping, so I was in an extra quadruple rural safe environment, and therefore I was leaving the door open and whatever. Now I get a lot of people aren't going to do that. They're going to shut the door and immediately lock the car, walk away. That the problem might not happen to you, but it seems to happen when the door is left open. And it seems to be specifically the driver door. So if anybody has any input on that, I'd love to hear it. If any of you work at Ford, if you would put it up the tubes, or if you are the tubes, if you would consider coming up with a way to fix that, that'd be great. And again, I don't really see it being, shut the truck down kind of problem. But it is kind of annoying because I do like to keep track of my fuel economy. Maybe we won't go there. I got to get some food. I'm going to the dentist, my new dentist. I'm not going to the dentist in the city anymore. So, and I haven't eaten yet today. I'm kind of hungry. It's 12 o'clock. I need to eat something. So, I got to find some food. You guys got to do whatever you're doing. So, if you tuned in and enjoyed hearing, and I hope this isn't happening to you, but if it is, at least you kind of know this is potentially what causes it. And if you want to test it out, leave your door open for a while. And I don't really know that it takes that long. Maybe, 6 to 10 minutes. It really isn't that long for it to do this. So go ahead and try it if you want to. If you aren't worried about losing your trip data. I know a lot of people don't even care about the trip data. And a lot of them use it to track their fuel filter and the oil filter life. I keep track of my fuel economy rather closely because A, I want to see how this truck does, and B, watching fuel economy is an indication of whether you have a tire going south or a bearing going south, or you have something going wrong in your motor or trans, T-case, drive shaft. If you see a major drop in fuel economy out of nowhere and you've been driving the same, then it's a cue to you to, just the way my dad always raised me to keep track of fuel economy, not necessarily for the fuel economy's sake, but mostly for the vehicle maintenance sake. So it's a pretty good indication. If your vehicle is consistently getting the same and good fuel economy, then your vehicle's in pretty good healthy condition. So that's why I keep track of it so closely. And it is kind of annoying to lose it. So I will keep trying to update you guys on how the 2023 does. And if you would like and subscribe so you see those updates, I would appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. It's only me here. I'm trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers, which would be amazing to do. And we're not terribly far off now. So I'm extremely excited about that. So thank you all and have a wonderful day.